For me, wireless charging, wind noise, and case design are the reason why I will most likely return these buds. For me, I hear the sound of the wind when I'm on something like a scooter or even in the car when the window is down, something I've never heard on my AirPods Pro. That happens in transparency mode and noise cancelling mode, so it becomes an issue for me. Wireless charging is definitely a first world problem, but almost exclusively how I charge my AirPods, to the point that I never got the USB-C ones because I use the MagSafe puck more often. Lastly, the case is a strange one, giving me permanent damage after basic usage. The scratches on the back are one thing, barely showing until you get the right light, but the clear parts show imperfections insanely easy, not to mention normal dust and lint collection. But as for my ultimate decision of recommending the Nothing Ear A, simply comes down to the sound, and that does not disappoint. Hello everyone, this is Matt from Real World Review, here with another earbud review, but also with you, as you are now part of a small community of people that watch my earbud reviews. Either way, let's get started. Starting with the design, which is overall a pretty simple one if you've seen previous Nothing products, but still familiar if you haven't. Nothing is known for their mainly transparent products, with their first product ever being a pair of earbuds. But yeah, they look a lot like AirPods with more edges, but that's because the bud part has to be circular or bulbous for our ears. As for input, there are some mics and sensors on here, so you'll get the normal pause play when you take them out or put them back in, just like you would expect on modern true wireless buds in 2024. Clearly, these and the case are all plastic, again, being something that's pretty normal. That said, your buds are kind of like your keys. You don't realize it, but your buds in general scratch off and touch stuff very easily, regardless if you have the glossy design like those or the matte finish like these. Adding the clear aspect of the case makes it worse, with questions of yellowing over time, which will probably not happen, but more importantly from this buildup that you see normally on clear TPU cases. On a case, it's fine, because you could just replace that, but on these buds, it's a terrible patina since it's plastic. You also realize that dust and lint gets in this case, which is kind of strange, and then you also realize that the case top has this adhered sticker that has the Nothing name on it, but also furthers the awkward scratch pattern that might show up on here with extended usage. I'm not sure if these aspects of the Ear A are exclusive, but a quick Google search says that this is not the only one that does that. The drivers in these buds are confusing though, because it's a PMI plus TPU. Not sure what that means. And to compare, the ear is ceramic, while the ear 1 is graphene, and the ear 2 is graphene plus PU. So, 5 materials over 4 different models, all barely explaining what they are and how they affect the sound. As for the whole package itself, the case is technically the smallest case that Nothing has made and the lightest at 39.6 grams, while the buds are the largest and heaviest at 4.8 grams. Water resistance is good and bad, being IP54 like the ear and ear 2, while the case is IPX2, which is the worst of all and essentially not water resistant, let's be honest. Funny how that also means that there's no dust resistance either, cause duh. On the buds, there's no button or touch area besides the squeezable stems, something I normally like, but the AirPods Pro 2 have made me realize squeezable stems and swiping for volume is where it's at. You can double squeeze and hold for volume up and down, but the squeezing overall feels better on the AirPods when compared to these. However, this is similar to the issue that I had with the OnePlus Buds Pro. But these are earbuds, so do I like the way it sounds? Yeah. I actually don't have issues with that, though the bass can be a little much if you mess with the app. And there are quite a few levels to choose from when it comes to the bass. Honestly, the Nothing X app that controls the buds is pretty nice and has the features that you want, like EQ and bass control, as well as many levels of noise cancellation to help fit how you would like. As for fitting in your ears, I never really had that issue, but this is how they fit comfortably for me. This is no different from other buds for me, but it might look like this rather than this when you wear them. Again, the sound is really good, getting plenty loud and not sounding mushy at all. That said, I use AirPods Pro as a baseline and would say that the ANC is close enough, and the sound quality is a step below AirPods Pro, but not in a terrible way. I still love the sounds, and honestly I'm impressed by the sound to price ratio, but would be lying if I said that it sounded the same or better. Maybe some fine tuning can work, but out of the box with minimal tuning makes sound good, but not game changing. We do get a good amount of Bluetooth codecs like ACC, SBC, and LDAC, but LHDC 5.0 is missing in here and reserved for the $50 or more ears. We're also missing the advanced EQ, profile sharing, and personal sound profile, but nothing else. Noise cancelling is good, but almost too good. It's rated for 45 decibels with a 5000 Hz frequency range, which is all good and works to seal you away from the world, but the pressure aspect is just not on par with higher end buds. Sure, using AirPods Pro with ANC with one ear does add some pressure, but it seems to go away or not be too noticeable. On the ear A, the pressure from it is just too much with the earbuds in. I found myself turning ANC off or transparency mode on when using one bud, which in a way is good, but you also get a weird feeling if you're only using one bud at a time. While the battery stats are good, I would say that you should expect 4 to 5 hours of usage with active noise cancelling on. It does audibly notify you when it is dying, but when that does happen, it takes a decent amount of time to charge in the case. I would say it took about half an hour to go from 0 to 50% on the buds. As for the case, it's rated for about 4000% of bud usage, or around 4 full charge, though daily users will still want to charge these every couple of days. For me, having wireless charging is nice because I charge my stuff on here, so having an extra cable is kind of annoying. That said, these are earbud cases with small batteries, so charging doesn't take too long and lasts a decent amount of time. They claim 10 minutes of charging is 10 hours of usage, but I'm pretty sure that only applies to the case. To be fair, these stats are solid and common for wireless buds. There are some added extras in here, like ChatGPT integration, but it's honestly a weird feature that does make the Humane AI pin useless. Or like the addition of dual connectivity for those that want to use multiple devices, like what Apple does. But what makes these worth the $99 price? Well, the design, but also not. Like I said, shiny clear products are known for being scratch magnets, and this is no different. For $100, these are great given that the best cheap buds that I've ever used were $60 years ago. So $99 is not a bad price, but I might recommend bumping up to the $149 price if you don't care about this interesting but boring yellow color and want wireless charging. Yeah, the color isn't as shocking as I thought and simply looks like a yellow bud. To be fair, white or black isn't shocking either, but it's nice to see nothing branch off instead of staying binary. And that's my review of the Nothing Ear A, a strange name for the strange lineup. Personally, I would go with the ear, which is weird to say, and only buy this if you want the yellow version. But what do you think? Let me know, and as always, thanks for watching.